So we're going to talk about the stages of marriage, but before we do, just a quick shout out to my daughter Emily and her fiance DJ. Congratulations on your engagement. So happy for you both. But also Corey and Lindsay had the honor of officiating at your ceremony Friday in southern Utah, and many years of marriage. So this is for you guys. This is the stages of marriage. And you can go online and you can see some people will say there are 3 up to 7. I'm going to give you 5 stages, kind of the trajectory of the pattern that you can kind of predict your marriage will take. So 5 different stages, each unique, each with different challenges. The first stage is the passion stage, and that's from about maybe 0 to 2 years of marriage or of the relationship, also known as the honeymoon stage or the romance stage or the enchantment stage. A couple of words associated with this stage would be perfect, or we're going to be this way forever, or there's magic. This is this passion stage comes with the strong, intense feeling of coming together, this kindred spirit, this I found my soulmate. There's magic, there's chemistry, there's excitement in the relationship. There is also a mass infusion of hormones, which I have talked about in other videos. Hormones like oxytocin and serotonin and dopamine that just fill you with the ability to connect and love. And so you have all of these hormones rushing through. There's excitement. This is like what I call a season of grace, where you overlook all of the deficiencies or all of the warts in your new loved one, and they're cute. They're idiosyncrasies that you just kind of find attractive. For example, when I first started dating, I football Sunday. And so my wife was like, "Oh, it's so cute that you were with your brothers and your friends on Sunday and spend." "Oh, I like that. That's just so neat. I've never seen that before." It's where conflict is avoided and differences are minimized. That's the first stage. You probably remember it, the passion stage. But soon enough, the hormones wear out and we are in the stage 2 of the relationship, or stage 2 of the marriage. I call that the realization stage. And that's also known as the disenchantment stage, or the disappointment stage, or the disillusionment stage. And the words associated with this stage are wrong, or grating, nails on the chalkboard, or confused, and it's here where the blinders come off, and what was once a cute idiosyncrasy is now an absolute horror or insult, or nails on your chalkboard. For example, in the beginning of the relationship, it was cute that Jim watched football with his friends, but in the realization stage, it's like, "Hey, can you spend some time with me? Why do you have to watch football every Sunday?" The blinders come off, and the realization of, "Hey, this isn't the person that I thought I married," or "This isn't the person that I thought I was with," and conflict seems to be everywhere. Argue over every little thing, and this is where we're learning how to live, with one another. And to be honest with you, a lot of marriages end at this time because the feeling wears off. The hormones that were flowing through your body aren't pushing through anymore, and so there's got to be something besides the feeling to help carry you through this time. So for those that make it, stage 3, I call the cooperation stage, and this can last anywhere between 5 and 20 years of marriage. I also call it the busy stage, or the building stage. And words in this stage 3, can be manage, or partner, or autopilot, or tolerate. And in this is the childbearing years, this is the career building years. This is a time in the relationship where our eyes are no longer on one another, but they're on the kids, or they're on the career, or on our own education, or building the household, or whatever it might be. And a lot of times the couple ends up as like business partners. where we're just kind of managing the household and managing our relationship. And a lot of times the romance gets kind of pushed out of it because, you're waking up at 3 a.m. to get the crying baby. Or, you're not coming home till late after work because you're trying to build a career. Or when you do come home, you got to run out to get your kid at soccer practice. So there's not a lot of time in this stage for one another. And so quite often conflicts are pushed aside. We don't have time to argue about this. Meanwhile, we're still at the same time facing some power struggles because it's like, no, I want to parent my kid in a certain way, or I want to educate my kid or put my kid in a different direction. So there are some significant life choices, household choices that are kind of being ironed out in this cooperation, this third stage. And again, couples spend a lot of time there, really from the birth of the oldest, to the release of the youngest. You are in that cooperation stage. And I have a chart that kind of graphs the life cycle of a relationship. And you can see, in this stage, you see the lowest is marital satisfaction scale charted here. You see that it's the low point. It's where there's high school kids. And as a parent of now 3 high school kids, and this is my 5th kid, youngest is 13, the high school years are really challenging, not just as parents, but as a spouse as well, because again, your eyes aren't on each other. It's harder to spend that quality time. You really got to make an effort to make the relationship work and be intentional about spending time together in those years. But if you make it, then we go to the 4th stage, and I call that the reunion stage. And this can be anywhere 20 to 35 years of marriage. We're in the middle of that, right? Even though I've got some young kids, we're in that kind of time frame, me and my wife Carrie, where the kids are getting older and your career is beginning to be more settled. You're in a little different position financially, and your eyes can begin to look at one another again. And this is also known as the friendship stage or the reconciliation stage. And some of the words I associate with this stage are the appreciate or grateful or proud, of who you are as a couple and what you've accomplished, or settled. And it's a good stage to be in, because again, the kids are either gone or getting ready to go. The kids are becoming a little more independent. Your eyes don't have to be on them as much, and you can reorient or refocus your eyes on the relationship. And a lot of times, you hear the word reimagining whatever right now. Reimagine the police, reimagine the court system, reimagine this, reimagine. This is a time where quite often your relationship, your marriage is reimagined, because most of the concerns that monopolized your relationship for the last 15 years are either gone or departing. So again, now it's your time with one another, and your focus with one another has increased. And you can see, they bring back the chart, that is where the marital satisfaction begins to go north again. And there are conflicts in this time. You're never going to be free of conflict, but you've learned at this point how the other approaches conflict, and so you have a lot more tools in your toolbox in dealing with it. And then there's the last and the 5th stage, and I've read a lot of marital counselors and therapists and scholars will say that not many people make it to the 5th stage. That's about 35 plus years, the maturity stage, and also known as the acceptance or the transcendent stage. And the words associated with this stage are forever, kind of like the first stage we use that word, comfortable or peaceful. And in a lot of ways, this is kind of going back full circle. All of that energy and positive feeling that you had in that first stage that was hormonally driven, it kind of can come back. But this time it's not because you've got dopamine or oxytocin flowing through your body, though you might have some of that. But there's season of grace, because now it's like, I love you, I accept you for who you are. I'm not going to try to, I know who you are, I'm not going to try to change you. First I thought it was cute, then it drove me nuts. Now I'm at a place where, hey, that is who you are, and I celebrate you for being you, quirks and all, warts and all. And it's also the attitude that comes in this maturity stage is you've gone through so much. You've raised your kids, you've built your career, you've somehow managed to stay together throughout all of that. So there's this kind of strength in the relationship that we can do or get through anything, because we just about have. And so it's a really, really wonderful and secure place to be. There's no better place than to be with somebody who truly knows you, warts and all, and yet still loves you. Who you have tested, and you have done your part in maybe hurting them or frustrating them or what, but they're still with you. And when you have two people that have done that together, that's a wonderful place to be. So those are the 5 stages of marriage. Once again, you have that passion stage, which is a wonderful, wonderful place to be. Don't ever apologize for being crazy, madly in love with somebody. That's a good thing. Number 2, you have the realization stage. And if you are in this stage, you're not crazy. It doesn't mean your marriage is awful. It just means you need to work through this stage. Be encouraged. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Then you have the cooperation stage, where you are managing and you are working together. And remember to work on your relationship in that stage. You move out of that, you get to the reunion stage, where your eyes now again focus on one another, as they did when you were first put together, when you first got married. And then finally, and I'm looking forward to that, that time will come with me and Carrie, the maturity stage, where we will transcend all the issues in our relationship and simply just get to that place where there's a tremendous amount of security, because I know you, and despite the fact that I know you, I still love you. So please take this to heart, walk in peace, have the best day possible, and stay awesome.